Say it. Say it again. Say what you said.
No.
Call it again. No, not that. I'm talking about the stadium. Say what you said about the stadium.
Good riddance. Let it burn.
No, y'all.
Let it burn.
You
just use construction equipment.
I don't know if you got to set the thing on fire. Plus, you got 4 more years you got to play in the thing.
It is just a haunted house at this point. It's been awful.
I love haunted houses.
It's been awful.
Now we've got an idea for what to do with the structure.
Oh my gosh.
Knock it into Lake Erie and shove it to Canada.
You did the other one in Lake Erie.
Let them worry about it.
It's not Canada's problem. It's our problem now. Come on. You make another reef. Got one of those.
You know what's better than one reef?
2 reefs.
2 reefs.
216-474-0092. Do you agree with Jason? I was shocked at how flippant you were. That you just called the thing an eyesore.
What good
memories
memories
that you
are
said
there?
good riddance. I want to ask you, before I get to these calls, did you ever sit in the seats as a fan?
Yes.
I don't believe you at all.
Oh, okay.
You're old. I don't believe you. I think you always sat in there in the press box and with your writers and your cynicism and everything. You never had to have you never got to have a good time at a Browns game in the 500s with your buddies. You never did that.
No, I guess I did. In fact, when Ohio State played at USC, I was covering Ohio State. I took a red eye home after the game so I could go with friends. She's my wife now, it was my girlfriend at the time.
Nice.
And we went to Browns-Steelers game together. And I took my son to his first Browns game, the Saints game that was 148 below zero on Christmas Eve a couple years ago. That was his first Browns game. I took him to that.
Hey, you got and you still say good riddance?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's a horrible stadium.
I'm excited about the future.
Horrible memories.
I'm excited about the future. Some of the memories toughen you up.
Hey,
there's men out there who go, you know what? I'm more ready to take on other things in my life by some of the things that I've seen in that stadium. I didn't think Joe Flacco was going to do what he did with the Jets. And I sat there in stunned silence. And they're sitting there going, you know what? Got me ready for some things, man.
Yeah, what Baker did against the Jets was awesome. Too bad it ended a 416-game losing streak.
It's an awesome night. It's a hell of a night.
Get out of here.
It's a hell of a
night.
night.
Always have the refrigerators.
That old stadium.
I still have one. Thank you very much.
That old stadium was a dump before this one, but man, were there good memories.
There were great memories in the old one.
So
the old one was built at a different time for different reasons and all that other stuff.
This thing has been just sterile from the start. They rushed its construction. They had to hurry up and get it up.
It's not the poor stadium's fault.
It's been nothing but a calamity.
I've had a lot of good memories in that stadium. I went with my buddy's late dad to a Browns-Ravens game. Deion Sanders' last game in the NFL. One of my all-time favorite players, Deion Sanders.
Come on, Ken, take your calls. All these calls you wanted, take your calls.
Okay, John in Cleveland. Hello, John.
Yeah, I agree with Jason 100%. That stadium is a blight on the NFL in this city. There are no good memories there. It's a waste pit. The only people who've enjoyed that stadium are opposing teams' fans.
Yep.
Namely,
I'm not an opposing team's fan, John. I enjoyed the stadium.
You know who loved that stadium? Ben Roethlisberger loved that stadium.
Yeah, of course, Ken, you enjoyed the Brown Stadium. You enjoy everything they do. You enjoyed the 4-0 preseason start, too.
Did. It was a fun time, John. I did do that. It's not everything. I don't enjoy everything that they do, John. Thank you for the call. Demos and Shaker, you're next up on the fan. Hello, Demos. Do you agree?
Hello.
Do you agree with Jason? Do you say good riddance?
Not at all, because the Browns experience with me up in section 320, Theon, all my buddies that we sit with, that helped me endure horrible football. So while I understand what he's saying there, it tells me that maybe he's a little antisocial or something.
Lost touch.
Yes, because maybe. I mean, now that he's been published in the New York Times and all that, who knows? Yeah. But here's the thing.
What does that got to do with the price of fish?
You just think you're better than everybody. You think you're better than all the callers. You think you're better than all the listeners.
That is absolutely not true.
Okay.
Listen. Here's the thing, though.
Who's got the one with the indoor pool here? Oh, okay, that's right.
Not me.
There you go, Kenny. Yeah. Sorry, touche. But here's the deal here. Think about. I want to talk a little bit also about Sanders and Kenny Pickett.
Hold on. One thing at a time. We will have plenty of time to get into the Kenny Pickett stuff. It's a long summer, okay? The stadium stuff.
That was going to be my point.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this, Demos. I'll tell you this. I knew where you were going to go even before I took the call. Like Demos is the type of guy. Yeah. Well, no, because you're the type of guy I talk about, and this is the thing. Like I I've met Demos in person. He's a good guy. He's argumentative, and thank you for the call, Demos, but he's a good guy. There are guys who sat there, and I bring up the 537 boys. I bring them up all the time, but there are other fans that, you know what, like, hey, you know, my buddy's dad, Mark, he was a big Browns fan. Now Mark ain't here no more, and yeah, this thing has sucked. I'm going to miss Mark, and there's memories that are tied to it. Even memories through bad things get tied to it. It's a good time. I remember the stadium when they beat New Orleans in week 2 for obviously specific reasons if you listen to the show for any period of time there. I will always remember that. And then that son that was conceived that day, I remember taking him to his first Browns game against the Arizona Cardinals there. So it all comes full circle.
I remember Dwayne Rudd throwing his helmet. I remember all the beer bottles landing on the field.
And I will sit there on the stadium's last day and I will go, man, there has been some wild bleep that has happened out here on this field. And I may not say that, oh, I'm going to miss it all and all that other stuff, but I think that there's a certain respect for what we've all sat through, and that stadium is a representation of all of us being together and sitting through all this together.
Not one playoff game. Not one.
Fair.
In 30 years, not one friggin' playoff game. Good riddance.
That's the Browns' fault. That's not the fans' fault.
I'm just telling you how I feel about the stadium. That's not even the
stadium's fault. And all you guys say it's cursed. You really going to put it against somebody to not go over there at Brook Park right now and put some hex on that land right now? Considering all the tough talking that's going on? Chris Ronane's out there doing God knows what right now. Come on.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Come on. Keep taking your calls. Come on.
I don't know if he knows how to do that, but we'll find out. Rocky on the road. You're next up on the fan.
Rocky's not on the road.
That's what it says. He's driving.
Yeah, I'm in a car. Yeah, I'm driving to work.
Marshmallow Lane.
If I had a wish and could push the detonator to blow that stadium up.
Attaboy.
It is a dump.
Yes.
It was built on the cheap. The sight lines, if you're on the lower level, you can't even see the hash mark.
Yep.
And you're looking at the Jumbotron half the time. If I think that anyone from my era, I'm a lot older than you, Ken. I'm almost 60. I think that.
Oh, you sound really young. I got to tell you.
Yeah, you do.
You sound great, Rocky.
Well, thank you. But I think that anybody from my era that got to sit through the Brian Sipe era, the Bernie Kosar era, I don't think any of my friends, any of my former Browns, my father was a coach. I went to a lot of games. We had season tickets. Would not want to blow that stadium up. It's just nothing but bad memories. It's horrific. I can't wait till they tear it down.
You know what? It's up to them for them to create good memories in the new stadium, Rocky, because you could just sit there and have the same terrible memories in 30 years at the new stadium. I hope it isn't that way. Think of the memories you have together, everybody. Together.
Watching your team lose.
In the stands. In 2020, when Tone is not a crier. I'm a way more emotional person than him. When we cried, which you could say is pathetic, I don't care. You will because you're nasty and you're heartless. When we got emotional and wept on the air over them making the playoffs, over the Browns making the playoffs. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Is that real?
That is very real. That's 100% real.
What's wrong with
when
you?
When they made the play, Tone did it too. Ask Owen, ask Kid. It wasn't over the team. It was over the
stadium.
It was over the fans.
It was over that beautiful stadium.
It was over the fans. The stadium is a place where those fans have gathered for generations. That's what it's about. It's about the fans. And there's something there that
and the fans are telling you it's
I respect. I probably won't miss it because I'll have a great big brand new facility, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to be fun.
Those Kenny Chesney concerts were great.
I wouldn't have gone to see Kenny Chesney.
At SummerSlam last summer, that's a memory I hold near and dear.
You want to talk about prices? Listen. There's a lot of great things that have happened there. I just don't think you guys are seeing the forest for the trees here. You guys are mad over the things the Browns did on the field. I'm asking you to remember what happened in the stands with all you guys.
Oh, when everyone was fighting and throwing up on each other.
No one was fighting and throwing up on me.
Times.
They had that possum in there, that one.
Remember the guy who got the possum? You ain't getting no possum in the new stadium.
Remember when they put the banners in the wrong order? That was great.
That was
such a great memory. Core memory.
Yeah, you know what?
Trapped under the flag.
And those are fun memories. Those are fun memories. We laugh about them now. It was silly and dumb, and we laugh about them now. Dwayne Rowe throwing the helmet.
Remember when Miles smashed Mason Rudolph over the
head? Miles smashing Mason Rudolph.
Carmen policy, those bottles don't pack a wallop. Oh, they're good times.
Remember when Mike Holmgren told you to don't ask him for playoffs?
You guys are making my case for me. You're making my case
for me.
No, we're
not. No, we're not. We're telling you why it's so horrible.
It's about each other. You'll just, if the Browns don't get it, you can't just tell me you're just there to watch the Browns. And if the Browns win, you be happy. And if the Browns lose, you will just be upset. And there's nothing else that's good that happens in the stadium.
Remember when they were almost about to make the playoffs in 2014? They couldn't score against the Colts.
All right, stay here. Stay here. 216-474-0092. That was one of my lowest moments on the air. I came in the next day, and I think I was like holding my eye, and I was screaming about Mike. Oh, God, was it a bad day? 216-474-0092. Do you agree with Jason? Do you say good riddance to the old stadium, which is still currently the stadium?
We'll still play in for the next 4 seasons.
Ken Carmen, Jason Lloyd.
The countdown is on. We can set it on fire and let it burn.
We should have Mike Dicken do the game for the last game. Where's the guy who has the handsaw? Or the hacksaw? Where's the guy who has it? Bring him back in here. We got some things we got to dislodge. The reaction is just, it's strong. I don't know where Jason just said good riddance to the old stadium. And I just don't think Jason's seeing the entire picture.
I think Jason's seeing it quite
You're
clearly.
not seeing the entire picture. You can't just let the Browns and their performance on the field taint the experience that you've had in the stadium with your friends, your family. It hasn't been good football, so you've had to find some good experiences in the stadium, have you not?
I mean,
oh God, you're just the worst. I also think if you would not have spent the last 20 years in the press box, I think you would feel a lot different.
I didn't spend the last 20 years. I've spent the last 6, 7 in the press box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you were covering the Cavs before that. Okay, yeah, great. All right. So, but anytime you've gone to like how many games as a fan? 3?
No, probably 8 to 10.
That's still a sad number.
It's been a sad team.
You're a sad person.
Okay, fine.
See, checkmate.
Yeah, okay.
Do you agree with him? Do you say good riddance to the old stadium? Which again is still the current stadium. You still have to play there for a few more years. Chester and Chardon, you're next up on the Fan. Yellow.
What's up? We are regarded as the best damn fan base in the world because we stick by our Cleveland Browns, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's the snow globe. It's -20 when we're against the Saints. It's Phil Dawson against the uprights. It's 10,373 snaps for Joe Thomas. It's having the child after the damn game. It is everything. All these people want to talk about the stadium and the weather and this and that. There's a 3-year waiting list for Brown season tickets. Give them up, you pansies. Give them to somebody that wants to walk out in the cold. It's about here we go Brownies after a loss. The walk of shame, or here we go Brownies after a win. The walk of shame.
No, you had it right the first time.
I still do the here we go Brownies after a loss, but that's because I'm in my basement now. Chester, thank you very much for the call. No, okay, I'm excited for the new stadium. I think a lot of people, probably now that we think it's basically happening now, are excited for the new stadium. But remember, there's a lot of things that are going to change. And I'm not just trying to scare everybody with price or anything like that. A lot of things are about to change. The guys who are season ticket holders who may be calling in right now, are you sure that the entire neighborhood of season ticket holders that you've been with for so many years are going to be there? You guys will all get to know each other. You know how that relationship is. You don't know if that's all going to be there the same. So things are going to change. And there's going to be hopefully good memories that happen in the new stadium. But I still tell you at the same time, you'll just feel the same way about the new place if they can't pick it up. If they can't start playing good football. And if we are talking about hexes and curses and things like that, then you guys better be quiet because still that land hasn't been dug on yet over there in Brook Park.
Those Ford workers were hardworking, honorable men. There's nothing wrong with that soil. That stadium would be just fine.
Is it along Brook Park Road over there? That tract?
Yeah.
It's
think
close.
It borders it, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty big plot of land, so
it's very large. Yes,
it's 176 acres. Has been written 4,000 times.
Mike and Stowe, you're next up on the Fan. Hello, Mike.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're doing well. Hello.
So I'll go logistic with it.
Did they build the Pinto on that land? What if there's a curse of the Pinto? You have no idea. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
It was a pink one. It was a pink Pinto for sure.
Yeah, there you go. See? Go ahead.
So logistically, no emotions aside, if that stadium and the old one were at the end of a dead end street, and they, and that's the worst part about it. Getting in, getting out, it sucks. It's terrible. And it encompasses an extra 4 hours of your day, depending on where you park, to go through this event. Where it's going to be, in and out, it's going to be a breeze. Excess in it's going to be. That is the best change of all. I mean it. I'm tired of sitting in traffic after a game. It's just going to be so much better. That's the best part. We don't have any memories there, and you can't even see the lake from the stadium anyways, which was one of the biggest, most of the time, which is the biggest failure of all. If you really want to put it on the lake, let it show it off. They didn't do that. So, good riddance.
Attaboy.
There you go. I guess I'm getting beat here. I'm telling you. When it's at, you know what? I want play on one to save all this audio. When's it go down? 2029?
New one opens.
I want to know what people say in 2020, the last game. So 2028 is the last game.
Yeah, it's a 30-year lease.
So. I want to know what people say last game, 2028. I want to know what they say.
Same thing.
Glenn in the Falls, hello.
Hey, Ken. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Good. Hey, yeah, I think I'm going to have no good memories. I've never had good memories from that place. Excuse me.
Yep.
But I do have something we could do. On the last day that stadium's open, we put up in a ring, like a wrestling ring, and have Jason and my grandpa. Hang on one second, Grandpa. Yeah, you and me, Jason.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get it on. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get some bungee sticks. We're gonna get a chair. I'm gonna hit you on the back. I'm gonna get you like I should have got you a long time ago.
Man, that's a long callback.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Grandpa, stop. Leave me alone, son.
My God in heaven.
That's a callback.
I cannot believe.
That's a deep callback.
The umpire from 1989.
The umpire from 1980, probably 89, 90, somewhere in there. No, I was the umpire of the coach.
So tell the story real quick about everything. You have to tell the story about everything real quick. Please.
Oh man,
real quick.
The coach,
That's a callback.
Yeah, I was umpiring in Avon Lake. There was this coach who was just berating me as a 13 or 14-year-old and saying how horrible I was. And I said, because this is how 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds think. I'll have you know, I was a 3-time All-Star. He said, what, in the girls' league? And I said, you're gone. You're out of here. You're done. You'll never coach in this city again.
And then he wanted to fight you.
I want to fight him. I'll find that old man and kick in his door right now.
That's what it was. You were going to go find the old man and beat him up
Kicking
now
his
as
door.
a 50-year-old man.
Taking
That's
out
what you
cuffs.
were going to do.
That's right.
I
See how tough he is now.
I had an old man follow me home one time after I threw him out of a game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my dad was like, pull up to the driveway. And Dad came out shirtless. And when the shirt comes off, look the bleep out because it was something else that afternoon. Brandon in Paynesville, hello.
Brother Ken Coleman.
Hello, Brandon.
This is American Dream, Dusty Roads, and Sweet Sapphire, baby.
It is not coming in hot. It is Thursday at 9.
Hey, the stadium. Look, I've got some good memories at the stadium. Look, I took my kids there to see games. I went there. I'm not saying it's bad, but you know what? They never upgraded around it like they said they would, right?
That's true. That's true.
And let me say this as well. What really upset me was in 2000, and this is where I think this new venue is going to open up a lot of more doors and windows, because in 2000, so we're talking pretty new stadium yet. So Metallica did a tour, and they were coming with a big tour with a lot of big bands. And the stadium told them no, even though Metallica and the other band said, we will pay for all the damages that are accrued in this, and the city said no. And so I think that's where we're going to get our money's worth here, and I think Cleveland missed out on this, Ken.
Well, you know what, Brandon? I think the city wanted something different. I mean, you're talking dollars and donuts here with the actual city here. I have long thought this. You clearly have listened to the show for a while, Brandon. I never thought that the mayor was ever interested in really keeping him. I never have really thought. Maybe Jason could speak differently to it. I know he knows a lot of people who are downtown movers and shakers. I secretly think that this is what the mayor wants because they want to use that for more permanent infrastructure with houses, with business, whatever they want to do. They have grand plans. And for that matter, I'm going to tell you this right now, Brandon. Brandon, thank you very much for the call. I'm not going to rip him yet for it. That's going to have to be a thing that turns into a 15-year plan on top of the time that they still have left in the stadium there. Because, they did the same thing in Oakland. They said good riddance to the pro sports teams that left the city of Oakland. And I know one just moved across the bay over to San Francisco, being the Warriors. The other one's left. But they said good riddance to it, and they said that they wanted to build real infrastructure in that area and things like that. Well, we'll see what the city of Oakland does here over the next 15 years and whether there's a real, true return on investment. I don't think the mayor's going to be the mayor in 15 years, so you ain't got to – I don't know if he's going to ever have to hear about it. But if they turn that into something worthwhile where there's downtown movers and shakers living in – nice places along the lakefront, you finally have a place to go along the lakefront, then great. I'm not gonna shoot my mouth off about them now. I just know that I just believe that the mayor and the mayor's office was never really serious about keeping them here.
Then they should have taken the money when it was offered to them.
Did they think that they were going to get more? I don't know.
If this was their end goal, then they sure had a funny way of showing it.
Well, you got to be careful what you're saying there, buddy. We got Jimmy Watkins at 922 for a second. I thought you were going to say something else. Like Blaine Griffin is the point man. Like Blaine talked to us. He was the one doing all this. Where he said himself, he's like, I got no real power in this, but he's the one talking about it. Yeah. Like, you're the mayor. Where are you at? Where's all your people at? And then when he basically it's no basically about it when he tells the Galaxy like it's time to move on over on Fox 8, like we look at other things,
right?
And then it's whoa, easy now, like that when the spokesperson says yesterday, we are angered by this. Are you? I don't know if you are. I don't think you've been angered about it.
Well, then
that's my belief.
Then you don't take them to court to try and keep them. You take their money when they're offering it.
I think you take them to. Well, I agree with you on that. I think you take them to court to try to keep them because you're trying to run for other offices. You want to keep up appearances on that because nobody wants to have people use it against them in different campaigns. That you're the one who let the Browns leave downtown Cleveland.
Well, you let the Browns leave downtown Cleveland, but you got to check for $300 million in return. I think that's a pretty good. I'm just throwing a number,
which is something that can also be used.
I'd like to just all encompass this for about the last 48 seconds.
No, it's my belief. It's the other thing he just said about money. I'm talking about my belief over here because everything I've heard and everything I've seen doesn't tell me anything very serious on their end down at City Hall about keeping them here. That's where I'm at on it.